We still had 4 minutes to go, but I got tired of waiting, so here we are. We have Stace Makes out in the chat. Y'all check out her channel. She does live streams as well when she's feeling okay. And Doug, Pole Barn Productions, is out there. Kim McCrory was out there, but he had to go take a shower. I guess he's getting pretty dirty. Chris Charlton, appreciate all y'all dropping by. And I'm sorry for starting early for those that are just chomping at the bit. Anywho, so we're gonna go ahead and start scrolling because I'm all alone on the panel, and but we do have 6 people watching. I appreciate y'all taking the time out on this frigid Sunday morning. I think it's Sunday. So I hope you get to feeling better, Stace. And all right, so I already lost 2 viewers. Apparently, they wanted me to get started right at it. So I apologize that I can't address the comments right when they come in because I'm the only one here. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing, by golly. But I will check in between cuts. Thank y'all for being here. This was one of those pieces I started on a live stream, and people preferred to see the old wagon, so I worked on it behind the scenes, and that's why there's so much of it done. But there's a lot left. If I could find the next pilot hole, that'd be great. Larry Aldridge has joined us. Hello, Larry. Or Florence, sorry. I can barely feel my hands. It's a little nippy in here this morning. And I know people up north are saying kiss my butt, but it's 33 here. It's cold for me, by God. And I don't have enough plugs or space to put a heater near me, so I'm just going to suffer for the people. Show must go on. I don't usually start before the scheduled time, but I got tired of waiting. And this piece is a little bit cupped, but it's bearable, so all I got to do is hold it flat while I'm cutting. No real order to how I'm cutting. I started on the face, obviously, but just kind of jumping around, and I just kind of do a little cluster, and then I move around. I'll probably move over here somewhere. I have no idea. For the most part, I'm using number 5 spirals until I get to these little bitty cuts in the grass. I might move to number 3. I should be using a number 3 for this, but it's okay. Flat ended spirals by Flying Dutchman. I buy them from Wood Teddy Bear. And this is a 22-inch Hegner. This isn't the table that comes with it. I just have a big table over it because I do large projects. And stack cutting 2 pieces of maple ply. I don't remember the dimensions because I've slept since then, but let's check. That'll give us something to do together. It is 21 1/8 wide and 22 1/8 tall. Well, alrighty then. Now we all know. So we'll call it 22 by 21. And y'all don't hold back if you got any questions, because that's how we learn. If you look in the description, this it'll link you right to this pattern if you're so inclined. Howdy do, mister. a lot of what these live streams are is pretty much banter back and forth. Unless you have questions, it's just me scrolling and everybody talking to each other, or me, or whatever the case may be. But I apologize if I sniff. It just kind of sneaks up on me. No opposition to teaching these live streams, but I do better answering questions than just streaming up what people want to know. Tommy's Workshop has joined us. Hello, Tommy. Well, at least we have a project that's not like 3 feet by 3 feet. It's all showing up on camera. Yeah, come on now. Just short of 2 feet by 2 feet, 21 by 22. And I don't really plan sizes. I know majority of the sheets I have are supposed to be right around 2 feet by 4 feet, so I usually size my projects because not all the boards are cut perfectly. Sometimes I will just average about 20 inches wide or tall, and proportion dictates. But if I know I have a larger piece of wood, I will go as big as I can because I'm weird like that. Hello, Herb. Sometimes when I'm doing little bitty cuts like this, I don't even mess with putting this thing over there because I can blow on it if it gets dust on it, but that is what it's for. Chris is asking, Gerald, did you say there are 2 pieces of wood you're cutting? Yes, sir, there is. I am stack cutting 2 of them. Brad nails are right here, right here, right here, and right here. They're not shaded in real dark, but you can kind of see them. It's kind of a weird logic, but any designs I think could eventually sell if I get good at selling, I will cut at least 2 of them. I rarely cut more than 2 at a time because of how long it takes, and it goes through a lot of blades. And because if one sells and somebody orders another one, I don't want to have to cut it again for a while because as much as I love detail, it's a pain in the behind. And for anybody that hasn't heard, I am going back to daily live streams as long as the circumstances are under my control. and I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, what Stacey said. It's called stack cutting. Sorry. See, I could have taught that, but I didn't because I'm not entirely sure I'm completely awake right now. But I do have a future project. It's an off-road Jeep scene, and it'll be a single stack because somehow I had a piece of wood that was 25 inches wide, and that was the only one I had that big. So it's already drawn up in pallet hold, so that could very well be our next project. Just depends on what people want to see. And I'm sorry again for snipping. I know it's not the most pleasant sound to hear in your ear. Like the magic of my lovely voice. Work with me here. Now, if I'm ever scrolling and I have to sneeze and I can't, if I don't think I can get to the power button in time, I'll just push down on the piece real hard and sneeze, and then pray it doesn't move. The other day I was working on a pattern and I do mine on paper. There was a gunshot in a show I was watching and I wasn't expecting that gunshot, and I had a big old scribble right across the piece. I guess you had to be there, but it was funny to me. You hear that sound? That means it's about to come out of the clamp because I didn't put it in there good enough. By God. Yeah, Larry's right about the resistance. And if you switch from double or any kind of stack cutting to a single piece, you got to almost, not the exact wording, but retrain yourself because you're used to that resistance. You can catch yourself cutting too fast, for lack of a better way of putting it. I don't like stack cutting more than two because I tried one of my live streams. It was a downward facing horse, and I stack cut three. That took for freaking ever. Y'all seen me start projects that were stack cut, and then I would pry off the other pieces because it was taking too long and going through too many blades. Oh, yeah, it's a little nippy over here. Oh, bear with me. I gotta move around, stretch a little bit. We gonna keep at it. Don't you worry. Y'all don't be shy. If you got any questions or comments, chunk them on out there. Because I don't know how many people I've talked to that say, "Yeah, I watch your live streams. I just too shy to say anything." And it's like, well, dang, never talk to me. But we do have people that do chat. Hopefully, eventually, some of my homies will get on the panel, so I have somebody to talk to in real time. But I appreciate everybody taking the time to be here. By the way, people being on the panel doesn't mean that they're better than anybody out in the chat. It's just people that happen to be friends, and it doesn't mean that people that aren't on the panel aren't friends. It's just, I don't know how to word it. Something was crawling on my neck and it's got me paranoid. And people on the panel aren't necessarily more of an expert than people out in the chat. It's just a certain amount of people happen to be on the panel, but everybody's equal in these hangouts, in my opinion. Larry says, I learned from John Cousins and cut a copper piece between two pieces of Baltic birch, a Jim Bloom pattern of a deer. Yeah, you can cut paper, you can cut vinyl, you can cut thin sheet metal, all that stuff in between two other pieces of wood. Keeps it from getting flimsy. You can do it without those two pieces of wood, but your fingers will be right here trying to keep stuff from flopping around. And that's not dangerous to do, it's just a pain in the butt. I thought about doing a second live stream yesterday evening, but I fell asleep. I know that's a shocker to anybody who knows me. But I also didn't want to overlap Kaylee's live stream out of respect, so I didn't feel too guilty for sleeping because I had already done one live stream. Anyway. Why do you miss Mark, Doug? I'm afraid to ask. No offense to Mark, of course. You get to feeling better, Herb. Hello, Mike. There are places I should be using a number 3, but that's okay. Unless I have to switch out blades, the better. But there are places I may go to a number 3 because there's some teeny tiny cuts in here. More so in the grass and sprinkled in there. States, what's the weather like in the UK? Or like 2, I guess. I don't remember where everybody's at. It's definitely bearable here in Texas. It's just annoyingly cold. Apocalyptic as normal. That's funny. Windy, cold, wet, and windy, says Chris. Doug says it's a sunny 24 degrees here in Michigan. It's according to my computer. It's 33 degrees here, but I don't know how accurate my computer is. I'm usually okay with the temperature as long as it's not the wind's not blowing because that's when it seems to bite harder. At least as far as cold goes, it's nice when the wind blows when it's hot outside. Doug says that's a heat wave for him. For those that don't know, I read comments out loud because some people just listen to live stream. And that's also a way of letting people know they're being acknowledged for commenting. It's always appreciated. Sometimes I miss comments when I'm by myself. That's never intentional. And 9 times out of 10, I won't read a comment if it's to somebody else in the chat because there's no reason to. And Herb says it's 44 there. That's probably closer to what it is where I'm at. For those who don't know, me and Herb are both in Texas, only about 2 hours apart. There's still little bitty patches of snow around here, but nothing to get concerned about. Because right when it starts to all melt, it gets cold again and it keeps the stuff that's already there. But it's not apocalyptic. See, 72 is perfect for me. Low to mid 70s is ideal for me. But Doug's talking about when it's 72 degrees and it starts getting too warm for him. Mike says, been in the workshop all day, assume the weather's crap outside. Chris Charlton says, not that you're pussy at all, Doug. Yep. Yeah, low to mid 70s is ideal. And if it's not humid in the 80s, is fine for me too. Dry heat I can take quite hot, but that humid heat, Lord, let's take us a drink, all right? All right. Yes, I drink out of a 2-liter bottle. If anybody wants on the panel, let me know. I will send you a link because I need somebody to talk to in real time. Only request is to keep it at least PG. And I won't be upset if nobody does. It's just throwing it out there. It is possible to do live streams without a panel. It's just not as entertaining for me, but it happens. They says, gotta go practice my horn. Doubt it will last long enough. Hardly been picking it up these days, the past few weeks. Thank you for being here, State. Excuse me. I'm gonna do good. Good Lord. I'm gonna do one more cut here and then I'll move over somewhere in here, by God. But it's all got to be done. I would like to jump around, a little change of scenery. And I'm about to sneeze again. That's pleasant. Well, I can still send you a link if you're so inclined, Doug. Oh, good. Hey, spammer. Not no more. Got 13 people watching. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, inquiries, or complaints, junk them on out there. And I do appreciate you taking the time to be here, but you're welcome to talk. 10-4. Blah, 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 blah. Write to me, Doug, so I can find you quicker. Well, she probably can't find me either because we don't talk on Facebook a lot. There you are. Come on in. Oh, diddly. All right, I'm going to sit here and wait on Doug to come in so I don't have to stop cutting when he does. And then we'll get right back on it. You know, I wonder if these spammers get paid to spam random live streams because otherwise it's kind of stupid. Unless they own the site they're spamming. I have no idea. Hello, Mr. Chris Nealon. Happy Sunday to you, too. Excuse me. I'm not yawning. I'm just stretching my face with sound effects. Don't you worry none. We're good. Last couple of days have been 4 hours and 3 hour live streams. By God, we're just gung ho right back into scrolling daily live streams. Yeehaw. Ooh, that scared me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doug Moore.
You heard me all right?
Absolutely. He's for those that don't know, Whole Barn Productions out in the chat. You want to tell people they can find you on the social media? Hello, Pat H.
You can find me on YouTube at Pole Barn Productions. Instagram is Pole Barn Productions, and I believe on Facebook is Pole Barn Productions.
All right. So other than that, Whole Barn Productions.
Yeah, let me close that back there.
All right. Appreciate you being here. All right. Now we got somebody to read the comments if he likes me enough.
I'm illiterate.
Yeah. I appreciate you being here.
Let me pop the chat back in over here so I can see what's going on.
10, folks.
All right. I really
It's
need
weird.
to get in my shop.
It's weird. It's weird being in a hangout with you with it light outside. I'm used to.
Yeah, it's usually dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're an hour ahead of you, so it's 11:30ish here.
Good lordy. Hey, over there in Michigan. All right, I'm gonna move around just to change the scenery here.
All right.
And unfortunately for y'all, it means the piece
There's-
will be angled away, but I will move the camera.
We got Pat in. Pat, it is Pat, isn't it? Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat H. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to know his last name, but I've slept since then. It's either Harrington or don't tell me. Dang it, I know it, Pat, but I can't remember it. Oh well.
There you heard Bob Woodhams is in.
Hello, Bob.
I don't have a whole lot going on today.
Me neither.
You know, somebody's supposed to be coming to buy a puppy, but you know how that is. We don't hold our breath till they go out to the end of the driveway.
They actually show up. Yeah. There's a lot of flaky buyers out there, and it bothers me because it don't take 2 seconds to say sorry something came up.
I mean, it's in the other businesses that I've been in, we learned not to hold our breath on that till the money's in your hand.
I hear you. Okay, Chris, appreciate you dropping by, sir. Y'all bear with me. I'm setting my camera crane because I need to figure out a way to keep it still other than clamps. And of course, it's still going to try to swing.
Hello, Chris Nealon. Sorry, I missed you. I must have been looking into this.
Oh, good. This is an acquired talent. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I got a Harbor Freight, and I looked at trying to be able to do it, and I'm like, I'd have to engineer like Nick did in order to change the blade around the holes like you're doing. I'd have an Allen wrench stuck to the side of it.
Yeah, I started out scrolling on a Delta. They had this weird double-pronged fork thing. That was, makes me wonder how I even stuck with it, but I'm glad I did because here we are.
Yeah, mine don't even have that. So you can use the pin blades, which are a pain, or you can use that other thing, which you got the set screws that hold it.
Yeah.
And I did something the other day, and what a pain that is. I wasn't even doing anything intricate like this.
Yeah, it can take the fun out of it. But
that saw itself would probably cause me problems, and if I was going to get into it, I'd have to buy something with.
Yeah, I've always believed when it comes to scroll saws, you get what you pay for. For those that don't know, the cheaper saws are more prone to vibration and not necessarily set up for daily hours on end use. Doesn't mean they're not, but yeah, they tend to break down easier. Go ahead, Doug.
I put a clamp on mine to hold down the table so it wouldn't walk away.
I have to stop because it's bumping into the spring on the other side of the back here, so I have to turn it so I don't go off my line. If y'all are wondering why I just suddenly stopped.
Chris,
all right.
Bye, Chris. Oh, what? I missed all that. I see him come in, and I missed all that.
Well, no, he said he had to step away, but he may be back.
I think if I just light and load in the chair, it'd stop squeaking.
Light the load. That's funny right there. Hello, Mark Lindsay. All right.
There's Mark.
Better late than never, by God. He's probably grumbling about coffee right now if I know him.
Coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I drink Dr. Pepper 24/7.
I used to drink Coke 24/7. I don't have any teeth.
I don't have any teeth either, but I'm all right with that. As long as I'm not single. If I'm single, I'm gonna cry because I'm not a chick magnet. I know Doug thinks I am, but I'm not.
No, I'm not either. And I'm getting even worse the older I
Yeah, at
get.
least we're honest with ourselves.
I'm not what I was 25 years ago. That is for sure.
Yeah, there's a Toby Keith song, country song. I ain't as good as I once was. Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
yes, sir.
And then, of course, we've had the big bad bug here for 3 weeks now, but
Yeah.
I never got it.
And it's funny too because, and I'm not trying to piss off any women out there, but so many women say I want a guy who can make me laugh, but if he looks like me, they don't want him.
I see so much crap on. Whoops, sorry.
Stuff. You could say crap.
Okay, so I see so much crap on Facebook for women complaining about I need this and I need this while they're being totally exactly what they're saying they don't want.
Yeah, and they'll say the same thing about guys, so I get it.
Well, no, that's what she's saying. I want this, this, and this in a person when you just have to deal with me being like this. Well, how do you expect that if you're going to be like that?
The biggest annoyance I have in singles ads is when a woman says, my kids come first. Any man with half a brain knows your kids come first. Yes. But apparently that means there are still childish guys out there that gripe about the woman making their kids a priority. So it's a double-edged sword. Leonard Davis has joined us. Hello, Leonard. Mark Lindsay says, almost finished my second cup of coffee. Doing a lot behind the scenes. Prep for my live this afternoon. Alrighty.
Go. You do something in my shop too. I need a project for this week. I poured a bunch of little red hearts. I just don't know what to do with them yet. It was suggested that I put them in a vase. I suppose I could do that.
Well, you are a turner.
Yeah, and I poured them. There's something. My wife had some kind of heart molds for something, and I found them the other day. I'm like, hey, that'd be kind of cool. I could do that for the Valentine's Day project.
I tried turning, but my level of talent and confidence dwindled, so I went back to scrolling.
How do you keep that scroll saw balanced while you're turning it?
I don't know how to answer that.
I tried turning, but my scroll saw just won't stay balanced.
Yeah.
When I picked it up, I watched a couple different people, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And I already had a lathe, I just didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I bought it way back when and played with it a little bit, and it's sitting in the corner. And I watched a few people on here, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I want to kind of do that stuff. And then there was a couple of them in particular. I followed all three of them, but I kind of stuck Nick Zabendi there before he got all kind of what he is now, and he was being real about what he was doing. And I followed suit. I did what he was doing pretty much. So much copying him. And you start into this, you never think, oh, nobody's going to watch me is what you think. Why would anybody want to watch me?
And you got buku subscribers now.
You know what? I was just being me. That's just me.
Aren't you over like 100,000?
Not 122 or something like that. But that was a quick 100,000 in a year, and it took me another year and a half to get 22,000.
Yeah,
it tanked. The whole thing just
slowly. Now, I will admit, live streams are an acquired taste because most people don't want to sit there for however many hours. But I'm creeping up on 7,000.
I watch a guy that does live streams, and then he sections it out the next day, and periodically through the day he'll put 25-minute videos up covering certain sections. Now he's just a podcast, so he can cover what topic they're talking on when he does that. You know what I mean? But so people that watch it like we're doing right now, we watch the live version of it, and then if you missed it, you can go back through and just watch the topics and none of the blah 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 that they got going on.
Yeah, and it is possible to download your own YouTube uploads. So I'm going to go back and download all these live streams and do time-lapse videos for those that don't want to sit through hours of live streams. They'll get to see what we did, and do it that way. It's a lot of work, at least for me, because I hate editing. But so for those that don't want to sit through live streams, I'm going to do that. And it could yield a few more views. Mark says, I tried welding, but the wood just burns. That's Mark, even in chat, is going to do dad jokes. Anyway, love you, Mark. Alrighty then.
It's not a dad joke. Sorry, Mark, I'm a welder.
Welding pays pretty good. I wish I knew how to weld.
No, welding does not taste good. I quit doing it because I got tired of being burnt and catching on fire.
No, I didn't say taste good. I said pays good.
Oh, well, no, not really. It comes to a point where your schooling didn't matter no more. I went to school for it, and you can bring anybody in and teach them how to run a bead on a MIG welder and have them run that bead all day and pay them minimum wage. And they called themselves welders because that's what they knew how to do. But they couldn't set that machine up to do that,
Yeah. Well, in certain fields, it pays good. I mean, I've known many a welder that wasn't hurting.
Actually, Chris, I hope I didn't change. I think I'm still the same person.
Somebody told me a long time ago, man, when you get quote unquote big, it'll change you. And I mean, I don't know if I'm considered now. My name is known, but on YouTube,
you're one of the bigger ones in YouTube doing what you're doing.
I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm not complaining when I say this. But as far as subscriber count goes, in the maker community, 7 grand is pretty low. But I'm not complaining because I'm not looking to be. I'm just proud my name is known all over the world for my designs, and I'm content with that. It doesn't pay well, but it doesn't have to, because I like people. By God, there's 18 people right now watching that could be doing something else, and I'm all right with that.
I'm not sure if I'm understanding Chris's question there. I try to. I mean, this is me. You get me this way. No matter what, I'm not trying to be fake on my channel. You see my mistakes. I pretty much leave everything there.
Yeah, there are makers out there. I will not name names, but I know some of them that are so arrogant that they won't even associate with you unless you have thousands and thousands of subscribers. It's like that's some kind of elite crap, and I don't believe in that. I say you and I are equal to everybody out there in the chat.
You know what? I watched guys doing the wood turning, and somebody gave me a shout out, and I went right on by that person in a matter of weeks and subscriber counts, and they gave me the shout out. Not that I didn't, reciprocate and, thank that person, but, because if it weren't for them doing that, my channel would have never taken off, I guess.
Yeah, not every large subscriber count maker is arrogant. If you're not arrogant, Carl Jacobson's not arrogant. And Mark says you have to change a little. You have to put up barriers or you get overwhelmed. I agree with that, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee arrogance.
Yeah, you do. Well, I used to get upset when people bash me on the comments and that. When I first started, I just ignore it. Tell them thank you. It ain't worth getting all mad about it, and it's good for your channel either way. So
yeah,
it's a comment no matter what they said.
I get crap talkers in my live chats, but I almost never get negative comments, and when I do, I just delete them. On the project videos way back when.
Well, I would think say Nixon Meddy, Chris. I followed him. He was being true to what he was doing, and then he did that Maker Central thing, and he led on to exactly who he is. He was hiding before, and he came out, and then now if you ask me, he's trying to be Bobby Dukes.
Who are we talking about?
Nixon Meddy. Now he changed. Yeah. He changed. I followed him for him being real and what he was doing, and then he let out who he was and had this Maker Central thing go on. And then if you watch it, he appears to be trying to be Bobby Dukes with all the antics that Bobby Dukes does. Bobby Dukes has a really big channel,
Yeah. There's some very genuine people out there. Success doesn't mean arrogance, so we're not trying to imply that. But there are some that are way out there. Herb says, you have 19 people in the chat. If you have any questions or comments for the now I'm trying to, because he does speech.
That was a stab at me, I think, because I didn't say it.
No, he does speech to text, so sometimes it doesn't translate well, so I'm sort of making it up as I go. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the chat, and we will answer to the best of our ability, and we appreciate you. Thank you, Herb, for that. He usually says that on the panel.
Please leave it in the shed, and they will answer it to the best of their
Well, I knew
ability.
he meant chat.
Oh. Yeah, but it's funnier if you read it that way.
Well, yeah, but it'll make both my brain cells collide. And don't now, Doug. It has over 100 some odd thousand.
No, he's right because I took my Facebook down, and I get emails constantly, and I took my Facebook down as to uh, public. How's that? I put it private because I
Yeah,
had people coming back and forth when this whole thing started 2 years ago. I had people coming over with you got racist stuff on your channel. Or on
yeah,
your Facebook. Why don't you take it off? And I'm like, I don't have anything racist on my channel or my Facebook. I'm like,
yeah.
so I just anybody I didn't know or talk to personally, gone.
Well,
So Mark,
anybody hearing,
right?
go ahead. Anybody hearing this conversation right now, I didn't want them to think we were envious because you have over 100 and some odd thousand subscribers. I'm envious of the numbers, but I don't lose sleep over it because I still have fun doing what I'm doing. That's why I keep doing it. That's why we're up to live stream number 283.
Well, I get a lot of people, and they want me to, shout them out. All right, or do a collab with them. All right, well that's fine. The problem is, it doesn't matter what I do. I can send them to you all day long. If you don't keep them,
Yep.
there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, if people don't like what they see or it doesn't grab them, it ain't gonna help.
You got to do the work to keep them. I can send them there, but you got to do the work to keep them.
Yeah, and I know I say it like a broken record. I used to do daily live streams, went to whenever I felt like it. Now I'm back to daily live streams, at least for the last 2 days, and we're gonna try to keep up with it, and hopefully it'll make me grow. But I don't want to change what I'm doing necessarily because I like doing live streams. I like the real time interaction.
Well, I mean that's understandable. I mean, but that this is what's hindering you, but you still like to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark says, I don't worry about negative comments. I'm referring to the volume of emails, friend requests, and PMs you get flooded if you aren't careful. Yeah, I don't get
No, I
flooded.
blocked all that.
Yeah.
I did. No,
flooded.
he's right. I blocked all that. I'm like, nah. And I still get them. I got companies emailing me. Like some of them, I don't even think they're legit. I think I got a check. I'm gonna say CZ email address is probably Czech Republic or Russia, and I think that they may be the ones that got Shay and put her stuff out there online because they keep asking to do collabs with me, but they send them like 3, 4, 10 a day.
Yeah, I don't want to name a name here because it's going to sound like I'm being jealous, but for example, sometimes it's just in the people that help push you because I know a maker that's not really all that good, in my humble opinion. He has over 10,000 subscribers, and I'm sitting here just under 7, and stuff happens. I can't force people to be here, but
No, you're right. I mean, it happens that way. I didn't come in expecting this. It was like I had 34 subscribers, and that person shouted me out for 2 of my videos, and overnight I went to 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah.
And like at that point, when you first start YouTube, you get notifications on email for all of that. So I had emails like you wouldn't believe for comments and subscribers, and So it's a bit overwhelming when it first happens, and you don't expect it. I was just doing this to do it, something to do.
Yeah, most people that succeed don't expect to. unless they're like gung ho, we're going to do this. When I first started YouTube, I wanted to be the next big trend, but that's too much work. Mark says there aren't enough hours in the day to reply or respond to everyone. I feel bad about that, but I'm choiceless in the matter. Most people understand that.
I respond to everybody that comments on my videos. And the emails have toned down quite a bit, so I only get them here and there. So some of them I respond to. Other ones I'm like, hey, they want you to do the work for them.
When I first started, go ahead.
It's in the description below.
When I first started YouTube, I tried too hard, and it's going to come out funny, but I tried too hard to be mature. I wanted to sound prim and proper, but my personality wasn't showing, so I sounded like I was faking my voice. So I just figured, be me. I try to keep it family friendly. We slip every now and then, but I feel safe saying anybody in the chat can vouch for me on this. I'm pretty much happy-go-lucky unless I'm disrespected, but my sense of humor shows through, my open mind, my non-judgmenting, at least live. uh, so I think my personality shows through, and that's what I want to make me grow. As far as that and my talent, I hate using that word because I feel arrogant when I say it. But yeah. Leonard says, uh, gamers make some good money. Yes, they do. I am home improvement contractor and was working on a house. 13-year-old kid made over 2,000 a month with game videos. That and toy reveals or toy reviews are some
Yeah,
of the biggest crap.
they do that. Was
I'll
that
let
my
you.
granddaughter watched this one where all they did was open presents.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you don't mind, I'm gonna let you cover the comments so I don't keep stopping. But are you frozen or just being real still? Yeah, you were being still.
I was reading emails trying to figure out what they want. Somebody emailed me wanting a bowl. They want to know if it's still available. See, so yeah, that one's available. I'm sorry, I went to email because Larry said he sent me a picture, and I was trying to find it, but somebody wants the bowl that's in my Etsy store, so I need to, that's in my description below. Now I got to go send them a link because they emailed me wanting to know if it's for sale, but it's in the store for sale.
Yep. Peace, baby.
Hey, everybody.
Steve. Sometimes
I
I don't think you can navigate, or some people can't navigate through their phone if they're watching on it to find a description.
Is there anybody and I know it sounds like I'm fishing for compliments, but is there anybody in the chat that disagrees that my personality shows through and there's worse problems to have? Welcome back, Kim McCrory. And Mark says you got to be careful, or you got to be yourself, Charles. Once you can fake that, you've got it made, and it's all real. That's who I is.
Well, I don't know. Am I any different, Steve, from my videos?
Nope.
Other than maybe my language barrier.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, man, Steve is about the same in private as he is public. I'm a gutter mouth in private. Just gonna say.
I am too, and it's I deleting. When I first started, I had to delete a lot of it, and was another one I had to delete a lot.
That's most of my outtakes. That's why I came up with the dag blabbit when I want to cuss, because yes, sometimes it's funnier some of the words you come up with when you're trying not to cuss. Good to have you, Mr. Combs. God,
good to be had. So I want to say hi to everybody in the chat: Stace, Lenny, Tommy, Larry, Chris, Herbie, Ken, and if I missed any, Mark. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry.
Tommy, Chris, Len, Ken, Mark. Yeah, I think you got everybody.
Welcome back, Stace. And Larry says, Charles had to take a break this Friday and Saturday. I was in an extreme low. I've had a few of those, and I'm not good at hiding that, so I will disappear for a while. You're supposed to go towards your friends when you're down, but I tend to hole up by myself. And but I am human, and here we all are, and I'm dang glad to have you. By God, I'm going to let you fellas do it all, and I'm going to go to work. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ta-da! All right. Now
Dancer just showed up in the chat.
Oh,
Mike?
No, he's been here, I think.
Oh, has he? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Dancer.
Okay. Be honest, Steve. How long you been away?
Oh, I've been awake quite a while. I got the invite, but I had I had a couple things I wanted to button up.
All right.
I sent you a text, said I'd be along shortly.
Oh, I have my notifications turned off or muted.
Yeah.
You did send me a text.
Yeah. Where did you send that, Larry? Or was that the fishing pole one? Larry. I know I seen the fishing pole pen that Larry did. It's
Larry
got like, the reel is the clip, and then the line goes around and the fish is down on them.
Larry says, for those who know, my blood pressure has come down. That's good. Glad to hear that.
Good deal. Herb's not
My-
feeling too well today, for those that don't know. So y'all say a prayer or however you react to stuff like that, and hope he gets better.
Yeah, Herbie, I hope so, bud. I haven't talked to Herbie yet today.
Me neither, except he said I just woke up, and that's the last I heard privately. And not that I should be saying what we talk about privately.
I am not reading Stacy's comment. Let you do it, Charles. I know what she's talking about, but it just sounds so wrong.
I don't know what the X's mean. That might replace commas, but Chris, yes, my mouth muscles aren't the same as they once. Got to do daily training. This one song is a killer. I believe that's in relation to a musical instrument.
Yes, I know what it meant,
Yeah.
but it sounds so wrong.
Yeah.
Tell Nick to step up his game.
Yeah.
Good Lord on a stick, people.
That was PG.
No, I know.
All right.
Yep. You did a nice job on it, Larry. I've seen it. I thought you sent me another one, and I was looking through my emails trying to find it. I'm like, I'm not finding it. Where did you send it? This is not getting anything done in my shop, Charles.
But you're here, and that means the most to me, sir.
If my internet was better, I'd still probably do this from my shop too. Just set up a big screen and run it like I'm looking at right now, and then film everything. And
Yeah, way back.
I can do it on my phone in a Hangout, but it's like hit or miss. I drop out here. I've dropped out of this, I think, before in there.
Yeah, way back in the beginning of when I started doing daily live streams, this wasn't sanded on top, wasn't painted black underneath. The light reflected off of it, and that people couldn't see it. I was relying on my webcam mic. So viewer feedback does help, the real-time viewer feedback. Sorry, Charles, can't see it, or blah, 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 bull stank, and here we are. And because I'm blind, I have a 50-inch TV as a monitor, so I can see the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would do. Just like that, have a monitor up, running my internet off of it.
I had to get it through Fingerhut because I'm a broke butt, but whatever works.
I mean, 30-inch TVs aren't even that expensive anymore. So
yeah, that's what I use as a monitor.
So the company my wife cleans a business on the weekends. She cleans 3 or 4 plants, and they went through and they replaced all their computers and computer monitors.
Yeah.
So like she brought me home a whole stack of them because I had a bowl come apart and just blew apart my monitor that I use for filming. Just blew it right off the bench. So she brought me a whole stack of them. So I'm kind of got backup in case I explode another bowl into my monitor again.
That's cool.
Lawrence says, Doug, my next project is going to be a trumpet turkey call, but the thing is, I don't hunt. Well, by God, I don't write a lot, but I made pens.
Put it up for sale.
Yeah.
Start yourself an Etsy shop.
What is they saying? I can make horse something on mine, but that's it. Got you then. I don't want to assume what that word is.
No, me neither.
Noises. It's a typo. Okay.
Oh, noises.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Because it had a lot of the letters of another word that we can't say on a family.
She make horse peeing noises.
All right. One of them word scrambles. Yeah. All right.
I got one of those going too. Oh. I was doing a yarn bowl with Scrabble pieces, Scrabble tiles, and I got specific words I put together, in it, and I got to the point where, what was I thinking? How am I going to make this work?
I do that a lot.
All this stuff down in this bowl, and I'm like, how am I going to make that work? That's not even the right size. How am I going to make that work?
Yeah. You can't cut through the letters because then it's all for naught.
Well,
Yeah.
and the ones that I spelled the words out, no, but the rest of them, it don't matter. They can be
Yep,
wherever.
yep, exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna do. And then I'm looking at it, going, well, how am I going to see these letters?
Yep.
And then have these ones in that also. I'm like, oh. So
Kim
I'm not
McCrory
sure.
says, y'all sell stuff? I sell patterns, but I rarely sell finished pieces, except for one in the last couple of days. One of those 8x10s I showed the other day.
Well, I sold 2 bowls. I shipped them out yesterday. The green one I just did, and then one from last year I did, a blue one that I went through the bottom and then fixed it with a little glue in the bottom.
Yep.
And then somebody was just asking me about the sculpted alder bowl I did with the blue around the edges. So hopefully I sell that too.
Very cool.
Well, at the risk of sounding pitiful, I would buy stuff from Turner's if I had the money to justify it.
Yeah. Same deal. Actually, that green bowl that Doug just did was absolutely gorgeous. I would have loved to have bought that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody told me, well, that ain't enough money. That ain't enough money. Well, I look at it like I don't have it anymore, and somebody's enjoying it if it wasn't enough money. But I'm not aiming at like to brag about how much money they spent, and it is still kind of high.
Yeah.
But my wife runs the store, and she looks at it like, well, I wouldn't pay that for it. So
Wives and children are painfully honest.
Right. So she's like, I wouldn't pay that for it, and she goes and she compares prices that equally, on Etsy. She goes and finds those things on Etsy and compares them, and then prices it accordingly. Is what she does.
I do charge quite a bit for my finished pieces, but there's no way to say it without sounding arrogant. But it takes a while to do, and there's a lot of love and detail in them things. By God.
Well, Steve, you've seen that cherry burl, right? That I did that last cherry burl.
Yeah.
I sold that bowl for $600. And like that's probably the most expensive thing I've sold. And like if you go back to Kim Tiffin, she sold one of them for $1,500.
Yeah.
Mowgli.
It was that big one with the.
Yeah. The one she was pouring, took her weeks to pour, it was behind her.
Yeah.
And what y'all do can sell for more, or at least there's more of a demand for it because the bowl can be used. Me doing pictures made out of wood, that's strictly kind of a luxury just to have something hanging on your wall, I guess.
I mean, I guess it's to what you're into. Like I had a lady, she bought that second bowl. She said, this is the second item I have. And she's excited to get it,
Yeah. They says, most I make, I give away. And that's the same thing Kim McCrory was saying, everything I do or give me. They says, most I make, I give away. Only some are sold if someone asks me to make it. Larry says, my problem is I way overthink things all the time and think it drives me bonkers. Me too. And that last one's to you, Doug. By God, we're caught up.
Yeah. Well, I suck at that, don't I?
I mean, we were talking,
Chuck.
and Charles just took right over, so
Yeah.
I just let him go,
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry, you can look at it this way: go 3 times what you got in material costs. So whatever your blank, your pen kit costs you, go 3 times that, and that's what you sell it for. So in general, most of your ink pens are going to be anywhere from $35 to $50, depending on the kit you buy and what kind of pen blank you get. Now, if you buy them from Zach Higgins, you're gonna have to bump that price up some.
Yeah, Mark says I mostly make stuff for my kids and grandkids. Now, if I could build furniture, I would incorporate a lot of my work into either end tables or coffee tables. But I can't build furniture, so I just make pretty pictures made out of wood. All righty then, back to y'all. Or stay quiet. I don't care. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
My brain was elsewhere. You were talking, and then you stopped talking. I was out thinking about something else. And Steve was trying to figure out how long it was going to take to get to the bottom of that beer can he just opened. At 12 on the dot.
It's my second.
Oh,
I mean, you
what
can't. Let's face it, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, right?
okay. I figured that was your first one. You were like 12. River tables. Everybody asks me about river tables, and the biggest problem is I don't have the machinery or the room to do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot involved in that, and I don't have it. If you watch it, they make it look easy, but it's not. They spend hours and weeks on those things,
Yep.
I'll have food this morning, too. I went out to breakfast with my dad. I go out with him every Sunday. So I had this big southern omelet, with gravy on top of it, and hash browns.
Yeah, that's a nice deal. I kind of miss that. I used to go out to breakfast every Sunday.
See, Tommy's right. It's 5 o'clock there.
Yeah, there you go, Tommy.
He's in England.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. I can lose a lot of money. I mean, I could probably do one with the amount of resin that I have. But I did one here the other day. It wasn't a river table, but I coated that for that wedding. I did that walnut table, that bar or whatever it was I made. It turned out pretty good.
My blade was coming out of the clamp, so I'm resetting it.
Yeah, no, they think it's really cool, and then they get sticker shock. And you're right, the resin is expensive.
Yeah.
A gallon and a half or a 2-to-1 mixture is, $160, $170.
Well, that and the average consumer is used to going to a store where stuff's mass-produced, blah, 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 and they expect to pay garage sale prices. It ain't happening.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
I just looked at this bowl. So this one, this getting old stuff for the birds. Yeah. So this one I did, 2 weeks ago. All right. This is the one that guy emailed me about.
I like it.
My wife has this up for 180.
So. Well, you're going to send that to me just because we're good friends, right?
I'm going to send it to the guy that put the $180 in my bank account.
All right. That was me. I was under an alias. He just gave you the wrong address.
Well, no, he just emailed me and asked me if it was for sale, so I gave him the link. Most likely, he'll go get sticker shock.
Yeah, Larry says, that's why I want to learn resin pouring. I got some things already saving for a C-Series V2. Chuck from Penn State Industries, Mark says, I find that most folks don't want to spend the money. You have to ask for river tables. Right where I lost it. Resin is expensive, and most folks don't realize that. Larry says, I'm just going to use the clear casting resin from Hobby Lobby. Mark says, the two guys I have as guests today charge $600 to $1,500 for epoxy inlaid cutting boards, and both of them are so busy they stop taking orders until they get caught up. Good Lordy. And Chris says, LOL. No, Lynn says, LOL, that settles that. Back to you, fellas.
Yeah, charcuterie boards are the in thing right now, or cutting boards. So. Yeah.
I'm going to have to reduce y'all's salary for not reading them comments quick
enough. You buy a gallon of resin, so you're almost $200 into that. So if you go 3 times your material costs, whatever your wood cost, you're 3 times as your $600 right off the get-go, depending on what material wood you use. Your price can go from there.
Yeah.
And you also got to look into what he's using. Like, all right, so sandpaper. What sandpapers they go through to do that? Because they go up into the thousands of grits,
Yeah. What I hate is when I do get a sale and I tell somebody the price and they say, is that all? Right then I'm thinking, God, I could have gotten more. But yeah, a sale is a sale.
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
I will hand deliver that to you for this price.
And for
well,
those
you know
that
what?
are
Neither
ahead.
do we, Chris.
For those that are new to these live streams, there's never a set length of time or a set time, because my sleep schedule is so twisted that would be hard for me to do. So, and live streams last as long as I can what words am I looking for? Handle it. Yeah. Chris Charlton says nobody wants to pay the true price of things. Mark says some of Shane's inlays have up to 45 different colors. You got to charge for that. Yep.
Yeah, like I just bought all the cat choice colors, and I didn't buy them all. I kind of went through and picked some that I didn't think I'd use, so I didn't bother to put them in the cart. But I think I was about $180 by the time I got done buying all those mica colors.
Yeah.
Some of those colors sell pretty good. So the blood red I've used that a lot, and then like some of the colors I didn't order because I already had them, and then some I just didn't think I was going to use them at all.
The ones that are closest to like the red glass and cobalt blue glass, I love those colors.
Chris, you were included in the nobody, Doug.
Yeah, I'm cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad because I get things sent to me, and then I make something out of it. So YouTube pays me for that, for doing the video. And then I got another company that's sending me resin, basically paying me for that. And then I turn around and sell it.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to pay me to make wooden pictures, I'll be happy to help you. Sorry.
Here you go, Chuck. I read a comment, so we're good.
Cool.
Right?
You want to read Tommy's? By God.
That's a lot of words.
I intend to get it away. My sister-in-law asked my wife if I could make a yarn bowl. Of course I can, she said. Why is she good for that? And she had seen, where'd it go? Oh, is that pounds?
Euro.
Yes.
Euro pounds.
Whatever.
14 pounds, and if I could beat that, she would have one. I mean, if you're just giving them one, you obviously beat that, right?
Yeah.
Good. Kneeling, back work, done for now. All right.
My problem is when I do read a comment, I got to pre-read it, number one, so I don't fall all over myself. Number two, so that I don't accidentally say something that I probably should not have been saying.
Yeah.
I see the disclaimer out when I came in here that I was illiterate.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't picking on you.
That's the first
thing. That's a lot of words.
I said when I came in, I'm illiterate. He said, now somebody read the comments. I said, I'm illiterate.
Doug covered his tail the second he came in, by God.
Yeah. I actually had you guys playing in the background while I was finishing things up. I caught that. Doug saying he was, and I almost did that same thing when I came in, but I was like, no.
I got Mark. Rule number 1: you can't complete the Chinese import pricing. No, you cannot.
What am I doing wrong here? I keep getting that chatter sound like it's not in the clamp good.
Oh, come on.
Right now. Okay, we're good.
He was trying to drink. You need to break it. Twang! Drink! Oh.
I believe that's one of the first words Steve ever said in one of these chat sections.
Might have been.
And here he is on the panel now. You just never know how something's going to start.
Yeah.
Herb was that quiet little guy that rarely ever commented. Indy Mike, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, Andy?
Herb's the only one I don't give a hard time about not capitalizing my name. He's got an excuse, and I'll let him go with it. He's the one finger doing this. I'm going to not give him no hard times about it. But Tommy, on the other hand, I'm going to give him a hard time about it. Now he just leaves a space.
Okay, Chris is looking to get timed out.
Ooh.
Chris,
You got to time out, Chris?
Yeah, I might.
It's too early.
Yeah.
Poop. We're allowed to say that. It's not a bad word.
Yep.
Indy Mike. Hey, Indy Mike. And the gang. Great to see us. Oh, I don't know about that. I keep getting bigger. See, look, you got a space in my name. It's kind of like me. My fingers going faster than my brain is, and I capitalize the P in your name, Steve.
Yeah.
I hit the cap, but I already hit the S before I hit the cap.
When I'm on my phone in a chat section, I don't even mess with the shift. Everything's lowercase and
Yeah, but while I'm typing, I already had the S was already gone before I hit the shift button. So the T gets capitalized. It drives Steve nuts, and I do it on purpose. And kind of like Tommy, I spaced his whole name out the other day. Charge you double? Yeah.
Larry says, I heard some say you can give me friends and family prices, and they said I charge double. LOL. Chris Charlton, I tell all my family that the stuff that they get for free are prototypes, not freebies. And
oh, go ahead. You're good.
No, I was going to say somebody's asking you a question.
Yeah, I was going to answer him. So Mike's asking if I'm a Wolverine or a Spartan. Neither. I don't follow the games. But if I was going to be, since I'm just outside of Lansing, I'd have to go with Spartans, I guess.
I don't even know what that was in reference to. So
football, yeah.
Wolverines are Ann Arbor college football.
Oh.
So
okay.
Michigan State and Michigan.
When I hear Wolverines, I think of Red Dawn. Wolverine!
Right. Well,
yeah.
State is the Spartans. They're green and white, and the Wolverines are blue and maize. But no, I don't follow neither one of them. So, something about guys in tights in front of each other just doesn't do anything for me. Of course, nobody says nothing. Ignored me. I was never forced to watch football. My dad didn't watch it, so it's not something I got into.
Yeah, same there.
We was always, if you couldn't catch it, kill it, drive it, I wasn't interested.
I can occasionally enjoy a game of football on TV, but that's about as far as I go.
Hockey and boxing, because they beat the crap out of each other.
See, I'm not into hockey. I'm not into hockey at all, and I used to follow boxing really, really, really hard. But it got so my memory absolutely sucks. So I'd watch a fight. I'd go watch a fight on a Friday night, and Saturday we're hanging out, and I couldn't tell you who I saw because I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? And they're big dudes, good names, and so I just whatever. I couldn't remember stats and guys' names and who fought who, and so. I do enjoy watching boxing, but I don't follow it anymore.
Lawrence is leaving us. Thank you for being here, Larry. Mike says, I used to follow the Hoosiers, but they suck right now.
See you later, Larry.
Yeah, I followed NASCAR for a long time. Then I stopped following it. Then I got back into it. And the year I got back into it was the year Dale left us. No, he left us.
No, senior. Okay.
Yeah,
I stopped watching NASCAR when Junior retired.
I got back into it then, and then I watched it up till they quit showing it on normal TV, and we didn't have cable, so I quit watching it. So half a season it would be on Fox, and then the other half would be on whatever. So I quit watching it when they did that.
Yeah. So I actually started watching NASCAR. The first race I ever sat down to watch was the one that Earnhardt died in.
Yeah.
And I was hooked, and I was a diehard. On Sundays, the house is a shrine. Don't mess with me. Don't call the house. We're watching NASCAR.
1 o'clock on Sunday. That was it.
Yeah. And
me and my brother were.
I did that right up until the pandemic, and that balled everything up. And then NASCAR took it upon themselves to screw up and change everything and mess up the sport. So I just quit watching, honestly. At the point, so my driver, I'm going to rant a little bit here. My driver was Kevin Harvick, and you can call him a jerk, whatever you want, but he was an awesome freaking driver. At the point he won, he won more races hands down than the whole rest of the field combined. and he's not eligible to win the championship because he had a bad race. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
because of their point system.
yeah. Absolutely stupid. He ran away with the whole season, and so if I mean for what? So I quit watching.
I didn't. I liked the guy nobody liked just because nobody liked him.
Jeff
Kyle
Gordon.
Busch,
Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon.
The other one in the rainbow car.
Jeff Gordon, Rainbow Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just because him and Tony Stewart had odds all the time, my wife put Tony Stewart, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Kyle Busch was definitely one of the most hated.
yeah, well, he was still pretty new to it back when I watched, but like I watched him before. Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott used to be the guy I was always rooting for back in the day, and like he broke the record here in Michigan in a Thunderbird at 212 miles an hour, and then they put restrictors on the cars because he was over 200 miles an hour here in Michigan. You know.
Yeah.
At that point, the cars come off the ground. You know.
Yeah. So Indy Mike said, very true, Steve, about changing NASCAR. And Mark Lindsay says, I followed NASCAR from the 70s till about 98. I started losing interest when they quit calling it the Winston Cup Series. Yeah. Yeah. And how about that? They don't even, modern day, they don't refer to the old ones as Winston Cup. They'll refer to that driver, that series champion, as whatever the current sponsor is, right? So I'm sorry. They never won that series. It was the Winston Cup Series they were champion of. It wasn't,
They can't promote them cigarettes.
Yeah.
No. I like I said, when they quit, I didn't have cable and I couldn't afford it. So when they took the second half of the season and rolled it over to cable, I'm like, I gave up on it.
Yeah. My neighbor across the street is like that. He says, if they don't want me to watch, I won't watch, because he doesn't have cable too, and and honestly, at that point, once they turn you off and you quit watching,
It's done.
even when it is available to you, you don't watch.
Yeah, you're too used to not watching it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And they just don't get it, I guess, because that's a whole marketing thing. You think
I pretty much quit watching everything. I don't. Somebody asked me, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch TV."
No, me neither.
I turn it on and go to bed.
A lot of people stopped watching professional football when they did the kneeling, but my team didn't kneel, so I kept watching, and I love football. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. I'd have quit if I was watching football at that point.
The kneeling pissed me off big time because I'm patriotic and they chose the national anthem to do that.
You stand for that flag in our country.
Absolutely. Indy Mike is into Kyle Larson. Mark Lindsay says, I go back to the Richard Petty, Cale Yarborough, Junior Johnson day.
Yeah.
Yes. I know you ain't that much older than me, Mark, if you are at all.
I think Mark's 10 years older than I am. So he's like 8 years older than you are? 8 or 9 years older than you are?
Herb's about 8 years
older than me. I'm a little older than you are. You're hitting 1 this year? I'm rolling up on 4 in a couple of weeks.
You rolling where?
Up to 4 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he's 6 years older than you, I think.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's more than that then. He's 7.
So, yeah,
Mark Lindsay and Russ Meadows both don't look their age. They look much younger.
What are you trying to say, Charles? I look old?
I don't even know yours and Steve's age because I've slept since then. But
Steve's your age.
Yeah, I'm 51.
Okay, then he looks like a spring chicken. I don't know how old you are, Doug, because I've slept since then.
54. I'm 53 at the moment, but a couple of weeks I'm rolling to 54.
Well, I guess what I'm referring to is 60-plus ages. Neither one of them look 60-plus.
Yeah, so in another year, Herbie, are you still here? You're going to look old, Herbie. I think Herbie's 59.
Yeah. I'm 51, and God knows I don't act it. But I'm all right with that. Well, I act it when I need to, but life's too short.
Yeah, and Mike says back when they got by with cheating. Yeah, that was the good old days.
When Rubman was racing.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Indy says I'd be 73 March 8th. Holy old dude.
He's a spring chicken right there, I tell you what.
Sorry.
You're lying. You are so lying. I get up in the morning. I do not feel like a 20-year-old. I think I am, but I sure don't feel like one.
Well, I feel like a 20. Problem is there's never one around. That's funny right there, man.
And if there was, they wouldn't give any of us the time of day.
Yeah.
Nope. Or only the time of day.
What am I going to make this week?
Pheasant. This here.
I have to do a Valentine's project for the week, you know. Excuse me. It tasted like omelet. I'm looking at you and me, Steve, and we look pretty clear. Is Charles blurry to you?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, grab it.
I think your camera needs a reboot.
I'm looking at the screen going, okay, so it's not my internet because you and I look good.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I just got to reboot with that. I hate when this happens.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're nice and clear.
Where'd that come from, Chuck?
Houston Woodworking Show.
That's an awesome pick.
Thank you. That's Wesley Balco's DeWalt I'm on. It's the only time I've ever been on one.
When was that?
I don't know.
They were back when.
Anywhere from 2018 to more recent, I don't remember.
So what he said was that was the first and probably the last time he'll ever be on a DeWalt.
Well, I wasn't opposed to the DeWalt. What took getting used to is I was used to the Hegner where the power switch is underneath, so I kept reaching underneath to turn it on. But on a DeWalt, the power button's right up front.
Oh,
so yeah, it took me a bit.
Is it like a thing Billy's got where it's right on top and he pushes the button?
Yeah. Well, he uses a foot switch, but yeah. And it's funny, you would think as all the large projects I do that I'd use a foot switch, but I went so long not using one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it would mess you up if you did that.
Yeah, that 8-foot wide horse thing, I use the foot switch on.
And then you'd be like other people and you step on the switch when they don't want to.
Yeah. And I prefer, there are two types of foot switches. One that's click on, click off. One is if your weight's on it, it's on. If you take your weight off of it, it's off. But I prefer the click on, click off type because I like to move my feet around now and then. One's referred to as the dead man switch, meaning if you let off of it, it'll stop. Okay, where are we at? All right, Squeaky. Mike says, I had to reset the resolution. YouTube throttled it back. Mike says, I got me a wood burning set like Shay's, and I must say I suck at it, LOL. Yeah, mistake I made when I tried wood turning is pushing too hard with the wood burner because it wants to follow the grain of the wood.
Yeah. Everything takes practice. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't do real good when I started burning.
Of course, I had one of them. I had like a dollar store wood burner, you know.
I started off doing ink pens.
Up top again. Okay. Look You giggling book.
I changed my name.
Oh, I'm not Steve C. Okay. Where we at?
But I spelled the capital T second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Herb says, well. Mike says, most people with pyro think more hotter, more better, but it's really subtle and slow to get good results. Yep. Mike says, I tried it on birch wood and it's tricky. Yep.
I used to
Thank you
try
for
it
reading
on
the comments, Charles. Do what?
I used to try it on all my logos. And then I bought one where you just and it's done.
That was a good impression. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you watch it, some of the wood screams when it's so hot. When I put the logo
There are times I would like to have one of those branding irons for like branding the back of something, but they're not cheap, especially for custom ones.
well, I did. Yeah, that I think it's $100, and it came from a sponsor. So.
I don't have a sponsor.
I don't have that one either. So he makes a bad name for himself out there. So I dropped it. What we got here? Herb. Note to self: do not ever eat Papa Murphy's pizza.
That's probably why he's sick, is what he's saying. I'm guessing.
It was him that had to have pizza yesterday. At least you got your pizza. That's like an off-name pizza joint.
Yeah, they were little tiny. They were little tiny slices too.
Mini
Little,
pies.
yeah, little tiny.
I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit.
Oh, I wasn't in that hangout. That's why.
Yeah, Andy Mike says, I guess basswood is better to burn. Don't know. I don't rightly know myself.
I ungrouted the other one and went out with her yesterday.
This is how I would burn. Just saying.
I don't think that is necessarily the thing, Indy, as it is learning the temperature for the wood you're looking to do.
Yeah,
right?
And how hard to push.
Yeah, how hard to push and how fast you got to go.
And what the different tips do.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of variables that come into it.
I kind of tried it a little, and it's not really easy. You gotta have finesse with it. You kind of want to push it and get it burnt instead of gradually bringing it up, like shading it in. You just kind of want it out, you know.
That's why I hated watercolor paint, because I couldn't control that crap. I flooded it.
I have one right here that Kim Tippin did, and it's like crazy, and it was the first one I think she did.
Yep, Mike says basswood, birch, and poplar. Mike, birch should be good, but you need to sand it real smooth. Open grain woods are not so good. Yeah, usually wants to follow the grain. And Mark says, I know nothing about wood burning, but I do appreciate the talent. Some of that stuff is phenomenal. Yep.
Yeah, I like to show it off. It used to anger people to show this one off. Not that you can see it with all the dust on it.
There you go.
All right, so.
Oh, that is pretty.
Yeah, this one Kim Tippin did. So.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome.
That's nifty as hell.
Yeah. And then she wrote me a little story on the bottom.
that is very cool.
Yeah.
Mike says, I followed online lessons with Valerie O'Connell for a year before I got the hang of it. Nice.
Now I made an absolute mess over here. Empty pill bottles everywhere. Yeah. I'm sorry, my chair has seen better days. I broke 3 of them in the last year.
Time for a diet. Just kidding.
Nope, I said that to begin with, remember? The load in the chair.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said anything about you.
Actually, that one over there was my favorite one. And I need to take it outside so I can get it apart and weld the pieces back together in it.
Yeah.
It was like, well, why don't you throw that out yet? Well, because I want to fix it. It's heavy and it's snowy out, and I don't want to carry it. Nobody's going to do it for me.
Chris says to be careful you don't do a Billy. That's why some people call him the chairman. He fell over backwards.
Well, you see how that one's leaning? There was brackets in it, and the brackets. And one of them's still up in there, but the other one fell right off, and it went over this way. But the bed's right here, so I stopped.
It was either Billy or Nick showed me the video where he fell over, and I like to lost my mind laughing.
Yeah,
Somebody just sent that to me. Was it you, Steve?
it was me. Yeah.
Yeah, you sent it to me, and I sent it off to somebody else that hadn't seen it.
I mean, obviously you don't want him to be hurt, but the act itself is just funny to not get out.
Yeah.
What you don't understand is how much Billy falls down. He's always got bruises on him because he tripped over something and fell down.
I got old man skin. I can barely nick something and be bleeding.
Yeah, I have that problem too. Right about 49, I think my skin thinned out, and I bump into something and I'm bleeding.
We did that at work
and you
yesterday.
don't even know what you bumped into.
I was using a hammer and a drift yesterday at work, and I'm rap, bang, 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 thud. Yeah.
That really hurts.
And instantly, almost, there was a black and blue mark and a little spot of blood, and I'm like, how did I cut myself with a flat face hammer? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you see it when I turn. If I get one of those splatters and I don't bleed, but
Yeah.
you'll see all the bruises start underneath from all that stuff hitting me.
Yeah.
Dave, I broke a leg.
Oh, drink.
Sorry, thanks.
I'm not the turning god, Mike. That's Carl Jacobson.
Mike says, Doug is the turning god and Charles is the scrolling god. Thank you, Mike. Checks in the mail, just don't cash it. Mike says, ouch. Mark says, that only hurts for about a month, Steve. Steve C says, Drake.
Yeah.
They'll type it and say it, by God. And
no, it hurts later on in life, too, because let me tell you, my hands hurt. My hands hurt from all the smashing I've done to them over the years. I sometimes can't even open the door, turn the knob.
Good call.
You don't realize which fingers do what until you hurt one of them and can't use it, or you hurt.
They all do something. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Especially that little toe.
Yeah. Something to do with balance, I reckon.
I don't know. I don't hardly ever go around without any shoes on, so I don't kick too many things.
Oh, I'm tender-footed. I will not go barefoot for nothing.
Nope, my sissy baby bottom soft feet don't see nothing.
I will not walk on gravel, pebbles, anything, because ow.
I don't even like to walk in my hardwood floor because the dogs bring sand on it.
Yeah.
Although I don't have my shoes on right now. We got socks on.
Yeah, I got socks on my house, my house slippers, house shoes, whatever.
I haven't gotten them squished down enough so I can get my feet into them yet because they're brand new slippers, so they're so poopy and they're hard to get your foot in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
You gonna read that out loud, Mike? Steve?
Did I miss one? It only hurts for all. There it is. I did miss one.
Oh, he did read that.
A bunch of candy asses. Yeah. That's the price you pay for, manual labor your entire life.
Yeah. And my hands are pretty used up, but my feet are tender as hell.
I drilled water wells for a while. I was a welder for a while. I've driven a truck, and then I stocked drywall. I run the crane and I stocked drywall for about 6 years, and that beat me down. I mean, I was ripped while I was doing it, but now that hurt me now. My hands and my knees and my ankles from carrying all that weight, it's just. That's why I said my hands hurt from grabbing that board and pulling it off them forks, and then you got all that weight in one hand because I got paid by the board foot. So we didn't take one book, it was 2 books of everything. And then however many books of 8 footers you could fit in your hand. So generally it was 6 to 8 sheets at a time. And you see how I am, Steve. I still work hard.
Oh, yeah.
I had to buy salt today because I couldn't get that snow to come up out there. And what I did get to come up, I got to the ice that came with the rain first. And then I couldn't do anything because I was just sliding all over the place. So I had to buy salt so I can clean that dog kennel up again. And then I made 3 trips on one stall instead of one trip. One run.
Yeah.
Toughen those feet up. Get on with it. Sometimes I get out of bed and almost fall down, Mark, because my ankles hurt so bad.
Well, I was laughing until you said because my ankles hurt so bad.
It is. But if I'm busy out here and I'll get up out of bed and like it hurts so bad, you don't even realize it until you put the weight on them, because I was on them all day doing something instead of sitting here in a chair and not doing something.
Yeah. Mark says I did manual labor up until about age 50, so I know the deal. It catches up with you from about then on. Yeah, I did. I labored for a mason, and it was so working for him. You kind of became a jack of all. You know, if the floor needed finishing, you got out and finished the floor. You pulled the concrete, you dragged the blocks, you mixed the mud, you laid the block. You know what I'm saying? So you jumped in where you were needed. So, and I did that when I was younger, and then in my, I suppose later 20s, I went back to work for him, and there was these kids there on the job now, 19 years old, and here I was in my mid to late 20s, and I'd be damned if this punk is going to work, is going to work with me. So, right? So oh my God, I would come home beat to crap, just dead.
Well, they'd send the kids out with us to work, and us old men would make them look bad. Not that we were old, but we were mid to late 30s. Stocking drywall, and they'd bring young guys in, and they couldn't put up with the amount of work and the stamina you needed to just stock a house with drywall, especially with a guy that gets paid by the board foot, because we ain't getting paid by the hour. Go get the next one.
Why will the crap not go through the pilot hole?
You got to spit on it.
Remember when we used to drink when he couldn't find the hole?
Yeah. We used to have contests about how many brad nails, how many pilot holes, and I got tired of counting and also giving away patterns.
Yeah, I think you're probably the two people you didn't mess with on a job site with the brickies and the drywall stockers. And then them crazy, they had this. We'd stock a house, right? So we get 10,000 square foot, and we show up, and this little M van would show up, the M vans that GM put out, and like 300 little Mexicans to get out of it. And they were like, well, stock the main floor first, and then stock the upstairs. And they'd be standing there waiting for us because they already hung it all before we could stock it,
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, I ain't never had any Mexican food like what was on a job site with those guys. That was Mexican food, You couldn't go to a restaurant and find that food anywhere. They cooked on a job site because we were always on the same jobs. So, They're like, here, have tacos,
Yeah.
There wasn't no food in no restaurant anywhere like what they cooked on a job site.
Got 14 people watching. Y'all don't be shy if you have any comments or questions. If you don't like the topic, change it. That's all right.
Yeah. So Tommy says I'm almost 50. And my knees and hands are shot. Yeah. Mark says I used to sling around sheets of 3/4 inch cabinet grade plywood for 8 hours a day. Now I need help loading more than 3 2x4s in the car. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I still think I can do things that I shouldn't probably be doing by myself anymore, because I used to be able to do it. And my brain says, yeah, you can still do it. My body's like, no.
Not happening.
Well, no, it tries it. And like yesterday, I slipped in damn ice out there. And I'm like, well, I'm going to feel that tomorrow. It was everything I could do not to fall in the bucket of the tractor, So then, that sudden lock your whole entire body up, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, especially when you actually hit the ground and you're all locked up like that.
I didn't hit the ground, but I locked it up and grabbed a hold of the bucket on the way down, and it stopped me, because I was walking around to get on the tractor and slipped in the ice. That wasn't even on the concrete, I mean, I don't feel all that bad. I'm a little sore, but not. I expected not to be able to move because that everything twisted at that point, you know. Who's talking to me? Oh,
Well, we're slowly but surely getting through this, by God. Chris says I do exactly the same and only realize I can't when I'm doubled up in agony. LOL.
oh, I'm watching StreamYard. That's what I'm doing. There you go. I'm still watching on YouTube also, I think. All right. Let me go over and see how many people are watching. This is how I'm not watching it. Where is there it is. All right, Charles. We got 13 watching. And 14.
Thank you, 13.
Whoop-de-doos up.
Whoop-de-doos.
Whoop-de-doos up, yeah. I like the fact that they changed that dislike thing like that because like I get way less of them on my channel now.
Yeah, I still average 1 or 2 every live stream.
Well, it's narrowed down to just probably a specific group of people.
Yeah.
You know, so on average, I write 6 or 7 every video.
Yeah, almost nobody thumbs down because they don't like the project. It's usually personal.
Yeah, I would say it's personal. Haters.
Yeah.
Jealous people. It's not. I mean, I had a lady say she didn't like it specifically because she didn't like green, but I don't think that lady gave me a thumbs down for it, you know? She doesn't like the color green. Okay, you don't have to like them all. That's fine.
Her saying, hurry up, I want to see the Jeep. I can show you all the Jeep before we cut it, but does anybody want to see the Jeep when I'm finally done with this?
Is that a euphemism?
What?
No,
Yeah.
it's an actual off-road Jeep.
I mean, I did too, Mark. Didn't you have a slide table, Mark? And we used to use a table, and the whole one side of the table slid across. You locked it down, you could cut everything square on that table. That big table saw, like it slid 8-9 feet, so you can make the whole rip, but not 8-foot length.
Yeah, we don't have a Home Depot local anymore, but they used to have a panel saw that you lean the freaking the sheet good up, and yeah, the saw was on tracks. That I thought that was the coolest thing.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Fenners, what's going on?
I'm going to show you all the Jeep that will be next, and then we'll get back on this.
Did you say fenders?
Fenners.
Fingers. Okay.
I got to pull the camera back because it's pretty big.
So David. Hey, David.
Yep.
David, his fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with the nicknames. And what do you got going on up there, Charles?
I'm going to show the next project.
We were looking at the top of your head. Oh, look at that. I can almost see it.
I don't know if y'all can see it or not.
It's a big tire right up front.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
That's nice.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's the big entry split, or is that where it's not done yet? Over on say the driver's side tire.
That's one big shadow.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. It looks a little.
Yeah, once it's colored in or cut out, it'll make more sense.
That's awesome. Boy, I wish I liked Jeeps better.
I have an off-road truck design too, but I like the Jeep better as far as detail and everything.
Do you know why there's 7 bars in the grill of the Jeep?
No.
It's been on all 7 continents.
All right. You know why it says Jeep on the front? Because it's made by Jeep.
By Jeep? No, it's been on all 7 continents.
Yeah, that one would be single cut because it's the only piece of wood I had that was that big. So. All right.
So I ripped the sheet on a standard Delta table saw with a fancy word fence, then cross ripped that on the side on the sliding table saw.
Cool. No, the table saw we had the whole. You could lay 8-foot 4x8 sheet of plywood either way on this table saw. You could cross cut on it, and you could also rip cut on it.
Yeah.
And the table saw stayed where it was. The whole side of it slid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were doing cabinets too. That was a crazy table saw. That would be nice to have, but you needed 20 foot of shop room just for the saw.
Yeah. And Jason Rickaloff has joined us. How's it going, Jason?
Hello, Jason.
How many has been towed off from Doug? I'm not following that.
How many has it been towed off from? Continents, I guess.
Oh, I towed. Okay.
Yeah.
I said towed. Yeah. I have no idea. Probably all of them, Chris.
I honestly, I've always wanted a Jeep. I would absolutely love to have one, but it's kind of like a Harley, that it's a money pit.
Yeah.
You just keep spending money making it, customizing it, and making it yours, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Always wanted one. Someday I'll have one, maybe, or maybe somebody will put me in the ashtray on one.
I did have one. I bought one thinking, well, it didn't run. I just, get a wreck and put another motor in it. What I didn't know when I did that, so do a little research before you buy something like that, is that was a hereditary issue for that Jeep. Blown motors. So every one I found had a blown motor on it, and if you could find one that was a wreck, you couldn't get it because somebody already took it.
Yeah.
That is a Jeep Liberty, I think, was the one that had bad motors in them. It wasn't a Jeep like we're thinking, like that one,
Yeah, that one specifically is what I want.
Yeah, that one specifically should have a small black Chevy 350, 327 in it.
So a buddy of mine used to have one of those. It was an old CJ, and he had a Chevy 350 in it. He had Detroit lockers front and rear, and he had a 10-foot Western snowplow on the front of it. 10-foot snow. This thing, it was like a Bobcat, except you know what I'm saying? It had a 10-foot snowplow blade on it. It was freaking. Of course, he had it weighted down real good. It was awesome, absolutely incredible.
Oh, Robin's in the chat.
Yeah, Robin's awake. Good morning.
It's noon. 1. My wife's still not even out of bed yet.
My wife came to bed pretty late. She fell asleep on the couch.
I thought I said hi, Jason, but hi, Jason, again. No.
I don't see Robin, but
she's in there. Robin's buys and DIYs. Morning, everyone. Charles is the first one.
I don't know why I don't see her. Anyway, hi, Robin. As long as y'all are reading the comments, it'll all get out there, by golly.
Yeah.
She's there. Take our word for it.
I'll take your word for it. Everything's sorted out. I should be able to see her.
I think all the introductions have finally come to an end. I think she's covered everyone, and I think they've covered her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired. I want to go back to bed.
I go through that daily.
That happened to me yesterday.
I know you.
Yeah, I went and tried to take a nap.
During my show.
Yeah, during your show. It was exactly during your show.
Oh, there was 3 of them going, Charles. He was in all of them and went took a nap. No, we didn't know about one. Yeah.
What's funny is I didn't get a notification for any of those other lives. I don't know why. Herb says, I'm reading, but nobody's hearing me. That's funny right there.
Well, I did too. I covered it. Introductions. You're not reading out loud, Herbie.
He is, but he's just not able to be heard.
He doesn't have the mic on because he's not in here for anybody to hear him.
I don't like that camera angle. I got to do something to fix that.
We're still holding a place for you, Herbie. There's room down here.
hi, Robin. Again, didn't I say hi, Robin, already? Oh, no, I didn't. I said Robin's in the chat. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I gotta readjust my camera. I don't like that angle. It's too.
Apparently, she didn't realize we were here because she was still watching the commercials.
Oh,
So, hey, Robin. We said hi. Both of us did. All three of us did, actually. So,
what are you moving this to? Trying to get motion sickness.
I'm sorry. My stupid camera crane keeps tilting, even with clamps on it. So I don't know what the hell to do.
Okay, you're not exciting it, and it keeps drooping down, huh?
Hey now.
We heard you, Robin. We get it.
there's therapy for that, Chuck.
Isn't it hymns? I got stuff on TV
Yeah.
for hymns.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Hymns,
don't know why I
kings,
can't.
and-
I don't know why I
mean-
can't see Robin.
All you gotta do is Google it, and I'm sure you'd be inundated with solutions.
Apparently, it's now a hereditary issue with our world today. Maybe it's because it's something they put in everything that made everybody that way. It's fluoride. Fluoride caused it. Oh, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm just going, well, fluoride. They put fluoride in the water if you got city water, you know?
Yeah,
Fluoride's in your toothpaste.
hey, Herbie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cooper.
Look at you filling the void down there.
Howdy, sir.
What are you doing?
See, I'm still talking, but nobody's listening.
Well, we're
Now
listening now.
we
We
can
can
hear
hear all
you
kinds of things going on. Let's make us curious.
Had to bring my friend with me, so I
Your
got to keep
friend?
my hand on the mute button.
Who's your friend?
What I've been hugging all night long.
Oh,
Oh, you got him a trash can?
Never again. Papa Murphy's Pizza suck.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh right there.
yeah. We're a group that tends to find the humor in pretty much everything.
How did it sit with Pam?
Same
Cancer.
way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, so she's sick too. But yeah, I'd say it's food poisoning then.
I've had moderate food poisoning, but never that severe. Thank God.
I had a real bad bout with it when I was a kid.
It must have been tomatoes for me. 'Cause it's the only thing I won't eat.
How come I can't see nothing?
I don't know. We don't see
You know
you.
what?
Oh, maybe because I got my eyes closed.
Oh,
I can cut those tomatoes up into salsa, fresh salsa without cooking it and eat them. But I can't eat it on a burger or a sandwich or anything like that.
Huh.
I'm a raw tomato. Oh,
I don't like the texture or the taste of watermelon or tomato.
I am in the garage, Robin. I'm the same place I always am, and I'm on a different laptop, and I can't manipulate this. On the laptop, I'm this one. I can't manipulate the camera, so I can't make myself. I can't zoom it in.
so he's dueling laptops over there. So he keeps looking over to his right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, good to have you, Herbie.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Things. It's hard to say what's given up. Like my hands hurt really bad, a lot.
Yeah, Mike says I think his eyes might give up first, then my hands, and then my knees.
Yeah, well, my eyes already gave up. My hands are giving up. So
My back gave up first, most definitely.
Okay, well, you know, like I look at my dad, and he's 74 this year, so his fingers are starting to twist.
oh,
You know.
yeah.
And like he's lost all his muscle mass, so he's just like skin and bones anymore. So I don't like I got that to look forward to. I know I'm only a partial breed of him, but you know.
If anybody's curious what time it is in Alberta, Canada, it's 10:56 a.m.
Yeah.
And how many seconds? I want the correct time.
Are you over there in the tundra with Mike or John? John, there you go, John.
Tom.
John likes it when we tell him he's in the tundra.
Yeah.
I think my mind's going first, and then my eyes.
Your mind?
Yeah.
I got too much going on to to stop, you know. I'm sure if I didn't have that much going on, I'd probably be a lot worse than I am, but I keep moving.
Mark says with me, my hips and knees gave up first. Now my back and shoulders have decided to join the fun.
Well, when I say give up, I'm referring to pain. But yeah, my mind went a long time ago.
No, I'm just having trouble remembering crap.
Yeah, me too. Who is that guy anyway?
Chris says I went to the doctor's, asked what was wrong with me. I think they're waiting for the autopsy.
That's pretty good right there. I tell you what. I'm gonna rest. Speaking of back, I'm gonna rest mine for a little bit while we sit here and babble. Good Lord, my panel done lost their mind.
Dancers like white knuckles from years of abusing my hands, made worse by hereditary.
What?
Shit. Yeah, hardly noticed the arthritis. Abusing his hands, or not abusing himself with his
Hello,
hands.
JJ.
JJ. I just trying to be funny, trying to.
Yeah.
What we do?
Oh man.
You in nap time yet?
Who? What? What?
So is it nap time yet?
It's always nap time. I just gotta fight it.
I feel like I need a nap. I feel like I don't sleep all night anymore. That would have something to do with the dog that keeps jumping on me.
Y'all bear with me. I gotta rest my back a little bit, and we'll get back on it.
Yeah.
I want to buy a chicken. Why? Is Steve checking them? I got enough chicken, Mark. Thanks. I do need a rooster, though.
Oh lordy.
Yep.
It was fun when I went out and checked my chickens and then showed Steve, my rooster. Only we didn't call it my rooster.
Yeah.
I imagine what you called it.
But I was actually showing them the rooster. Look at my big rooster.
Yeah.
That's funny right there.
It's an inside joke from a couple of days ago.
Sounds
Doug.
like something I'd say.
Says
Yeah.
Mark.
Oh, I did too. I showed them the big old monster roosters I had out there.
Uh-oh.
And they'd be like, look at it!
No.
What are you doing,
Everybody
dog?
saying hi diddly do to
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, and then he sent me a picture of it, and then he sent me a text. Did you just look at my?
He just looked at my rooster, didn't you?
All righty then.
You get a little scared there, Charles?
No, I know people can start figuring it out. It's like, by God.
I mean, if they didn't figure it out the first time, they're not going to figure it
Yeah.
out after that.
There may be one slow person out there.
We were keeping it family friendly,
Uh-huh.
and I was actually sending a picture of a bird.
I understand.
You can ask Billy what we was talking about. It's fine.
Billy's not here.
No, it was. Herbie said there might be one slow person out there. I said, don't worry, she can just ask Billy what we was talking about.
Oh, Robert.
Oh,
Apparently the slow one's Doug.
Don't
Not-
Steve.
Not Steve C.
Yeah.
I missed what you were talking about. Why Billy's not here? What are you talking about? You said one slow one. I got you. So you're talking about Robin missing it.
Meow.
Good Lord.
You're right. You know what? All right. You guys, can you see what I'm thinking?
Yes, I can.
That should be one of the favorite things I do. Somebody do me something. I'm like, can you see what I'm thinking?
I would have so much fun if every one of my panel members wore a shock collar and I had the control.
I don't think so, Sparky.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
funner
but
than
it
hell.
wouldn't be any fun unless we had one for you while you're scrolling.
Agreed. But this show would go viral.
Hey, can you imagine that? What was that one? There was a couple and they were trying to drink and eat food and they kept zapping each other. It was stuck to their arm. And
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't stay on the line.
I meant to do that.
Redesign on the fly.
Oh, the heartburn.
What's the crap?
But you would know who was most dedicated panel member if y'all stuck it out having shock collars on. Just saying.
I mean, they're not really that bad.
Yeah, they are.
I know. I've been shocked by the ones I got for the dogs, but we can adjust the settings.
Yeah. most of them just vibrate, but yeah, there are some shockers out there.
Well, I got the stubborn dogs, pit bulls.
Yeah.
So you got a stubborn dog collar to keep them in line. But once you get them a few times and they figure it out, they stop by the beeps anyway. So
Yeah. So yeah, it's about to happen. Whoops.
yeah, after that, the vibrating and the beep stops the dogs from going. I did have a Irish English setter, a white, looked more like a Brittany, but it was an English setter. And he's a bird dog, and he'd run around the outside perimeter of that, run that battery dead. Beep, 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 till the battery went dead.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, it was just his nature, run with his nose down. His nose was always working. So he wouldn't go past it. He'd go to the beep and then keep going. Just a big circle around it. Because the one we had at the time was wireless, electronic, so you could roll the distance in and out on it. So we had it in the middle of the house, so you had a 180-foot radius around the house, and he just run around the house.
Got 20 folks watching. Don't be shy if you got any comments or questions.
Yeah.
We're failing miserably at that because I have to close this window out and go look at the YouTube one in order to see.
Appreciation.
My work is done later.
I did that once today. She put more dog food in that dog food bowl.
Steve, why is Tina never out there with you anymore?
What do you want to hear?
Huh?
What do you want to hear? Which story?
Well, I just, unless
What
it's private.
what did you do now?
No. She's I think she's actually pretty well quit smoking.
Oh,
So
I should. I'd save money.
yeah.
But sadly,
Robin,
I enjoy
Justin,
smoking.
Charles, do you have a mermaid pattern?
I have 2 or 3 mermaid patterns. Go to woodenbridges.com, look in the search bar, type in mermaid. By God, you will find some.
Sorry I stepped on you, Steve.
No. Absolutely not.
Herb's doing his job. He can step on anybody he wants, by God. I got you, Herb.
Yeah, I'm going to get you
there's
too
one
in
for
a
you.
minute.
There's one for you. There's a mermaid. There she is.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
I can't twist my arm that far. I can probably get her upside down, maybe.
I can twist your arm that far.
Today's special, Robin, you buy one, you can buy another.
Well, I
at the
got
same
more.
price.
They're right here. There's mermaids too.
There you go. I threw the link in the chat.
Can't see.
Y'all can just click that link and it'll take you right there.
Thank you, Mr. Steve.
I can't do happy stuff like that.
Why can
All
I
right,
not?
Jason, take care.
Thank you, Jason.
Don't talk.
See you later, Jason.
Bye, Jason.
I hate it when this happens. Dag blabbit.
Show you later what my mermaids. Actually, one of them is these ones up here are Christopher Lovell, I think is his name. Find him, an artist. I can't twist my arm around that far, Robin, for the camera.
Robin says, thanks, Steve. I looked, but I need a standing up one. Thanks anyway. So,
Oh, I don't have any standing.
yeah, how do
Most
mermaids
mermaids are standing up because they have.
Yeah, look for Ariel. Ariel,
Yeah.
he gets legs.
Yeah, mermaids don't have feet. They have a tail.
Yeah. So you won't find any standing up.
Yeah, Ariel had legs.
Then
Little
she wasn't a mermaid anymore, was she?
No, she wasn't. She was if she got wet, wasn't she?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I think if she got wet, she got her fins back. You're not using Ariel. Everybody knows who Ariel is.
Who?
All right, Herbie.
I've never seen the show.
I've heard of it, so I know who she is, but that's about where it ends.
Let her drown. Let it. Oh, that's wrong. That's a different show.
Sorry, I had kids. I had to watch Little Mermaid, Land Before Time.
I had 3 girls. I didn't
Everything
watch
else like.
Well, I'm one of the few people in the world that doesn't make fun of Barney because it reminds me of my daughter sitting on my lap.
I don't think she needs it standing up. I think she needs it upright because I think she needs to use from the fins up for the mermaid.
So why don't you grab one that's not upright and invert it, turn it, right? You got all that fancy software stuff you was playing with. Just saying.
She's not making feet.
Well, because I think she's already got the lower part with the fins made, and she needs to come to where the hips come in and then the upper torso is.
Well, you can get that image from any. I mean, right? If you're just trying to attach a woman's upper to right a fishtail.
I wonder what kind of fish that other half is.
Elucid.
She's making fins with pine cones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's already got the bottom half made, I believe. Torso, so.
I got a question for you, Robin. Are you ever going to run out of pine cones?
She lives in the Great White North. No.
Yeah, that's all they got up there is pine trees.
That's all they got is pine trees.
I'm pretty sure they sell pine cones at the local grocery store up there.
They sell them at the dollar store too. They come
Yeah.
in every year in bags. Think like cinnamon. I know, I bought some. And let me tell you, they're awful to turn with because in the middle of your turn, you're like, "Whoa, what was that?"
Oh.
I got stabilized pine cones. I stabilized a bunch of them.
Yeah. Pam asked me earlier, she said, you want to go with me tomorrow? I said, where are we going shopping at? She goes, we're not going shopping.
Girlfriend?
Do what?
I was reading Tommy wrote Mike the cat's girlfriend. I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about going back.
So what were you saying about Pam?
Oh,
Saying
she
we're not
asked
going
me.
shopping?
Yeah, she wanted to know if I want to go with her. I said, where are we going shopping at? She goes, we're not going to shopping. We're going to Cleveland. I said, no, I ain't going to Cleveland. If I go over there, I'm going to start World War III.
Family?
Yeah. Because I am pretty sure when I get there, I will not have the stuff I left in that shop.
I imagine I'd be pretty miffed too.
I hope she her mother does throw him and have him thrown in jail. I think both of them. Never mind. I better shut up.
Yeah, it's just getting interesting, Kirby.
Well, I think they both should have been shot out the window. I can't get more family friendlier than that.
Yes, sir.
And then run over 4 times.
I kind of think he meant flushed. Only he didn't say flushed.
No,
No?
No, he said
right
shot
out the window.
Yeah. I knew what he meant.
Because they're blooming idiots. Is what they are. Yeah, I didn't think that kid would ever be that way. Robin says if stuff's there, tell Pam to bring it back. Well, only one problem.
Hi guys.
How diddly do, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Maury.
Hello, Brian.
How you is, sir?
Oh, not too bad. I went to that supper last night. My wife said she was taking me out for supper for my birthday. I'm glad I went because I had a bunch of friends all waiting for me. It was a surprise party.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, happy
Well,
birthday.
Thank you. It was actually Thursday, but they celebrated it early because of the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll forget, so we're going to say it now.
Happy birthday to you.
I had a surprise party thrown for me and my brother. The only people that showed up were me and my brother and the people that threw the party.
Nobody loves me anymore to do that. Although I got one of those exploding cakes coming from my wife's birthday. When they open the box, it pops out a bunch of butterflies and stuff flying. It's at sendacakething.com.
So there's a cake and frosting go flying everywhere too, or what?
No. That's just a little one in the center. It's got like a bunch of candy and stuff.
I was wondering that too. Somebody wants a divorce.
Yeah, somebody's going to clean the ceiling.
That ain't happening. No matter how hard I try.
Excuse me.
So we've managed to make it this far. I don't know why that would happen. We're like working on 20 years here real quick. Aren't we?
I'm coming up on 10.
Is it 18? Yeah, it's 18 years, yeah.
21 years. Man, that's a life sentence. I need a parole.
It's 18 years this year.
Well, my back's feeling this, by God.
She went by like this. They're coming here? Do you need me? Okay.
What you working on today, Brian?
I got
I don't know. I'm stuck in a rut. I need to figure out a new design.
I know woodenvisions.com has like 2,000 plus, just saying.
That's the problem. You got too many to choose from, and I don't know which one to choose.
Choose all of them, by God. It's just money.
That's not greedy.
He's running a special day. You buy one, you can buy them all.
Yeah.
One low price. Cut him a bulk deal, Charles.
Sorry, you're breaking up there, Doug. I did it.
I bet if I said naughty things, I wouldn't be breaking up.
You said what?
Naughty things. If I said naughty things, I wouldn't be breaking up.
No.
What?
Oh,
Who?
what's that?
That's Herb's job.
I know. I was waiting for it. It didn't happen. So I figured I'd fill in.
Huh? Yeah,
I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here.
Woof, woof, woof. Well, I'm gonna have to mute it now because the dogs are talking too.
Oh, I wanted to hear Doug.
What?
Oh, what? There's
Oh,
Jack.
lovely.
That dog. There's people here that he don't know.
I'm having a
Crab
booger of
is
a time
magical
finding pilot holes.
mystical creatures.
Did you just start that pattern this morning, Charles?
Oh, hell no.
6 months ago.
Yeah, months
Okay.
ago.
This was one I started, but people wanted to see the wagon, and I started working on it behind the scenes and figured,
Yeah.
what the hell, finish the
Yeah.
wagon.
Yeah, so he's one up in John C there. He's gonna finish one.
Well, I'm not
No.
doing a finished one. Yeah,
Yeah, but you're gonna finish an already started project.
eventually. I can't find the. I found the stupid pilot hole, but it won't go through.
What?
Blab it. About to piss me off, I tell you what.
Okay.
He's got the end of it bent.
I must. No?
No?
If y'all wanted a good view of this thing, there you go. By God, just
It's cattywampus.
I feel it going in there. It's going in the pilot hole. Hush. It's going in the pilot hole, but it won't.
So what do you do? Only pile a hole through one side?
I have been known to do that.
Didn't go all the way through.
I have been known to do that too, but I just ran a used blade through it, and it went through. So I don't know why it won't go through from the bottom.
Because the tip's bent.
There's two of them right next to each other that won't go through, and it don't make no damn sense. Piss me all the hell off, I tell you what.
I'm reading what Steve wrote. Nefertiti was I'm being real confused. What a mermaid? But you're trying to say make her a mermaid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I think that would be freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Nefertiti, whatever.
Nefertiti.
Yeah, there you go, Nefertiti. I
Yeah.
kept going 30.
Oh, I can't see.
Yeah, I don't think there's any Robin. I don't think there's any of them with her with long hair, but that's not who she was. So
I'll be right back.
Nefertiti
All right.
as the mermaid, and I think that would be totally incredible.
Nefertiti as a mermaid?
Yeah. Right?
No, she wasn't. He's saying create her as a mermaid.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, she's iconic, right? Nefertiti. Anybody, I mean, if you've come across the bust of Nefertiti, you know who it is.
Yeah, but she's got that weird hat on. It wouldn't
Yeah.
look right as a mermaid.
Yeah, I think I think it would be awesome. Nobody else is going to do anything like that. No, I'm not pulling your chain, Robin. I think it would be incredible.
I got one of I call my wife Medusa all the time because she got curly hair, so when she gets out of bed in the morning, it looks like snakes.
And that's the secret to a long marriage.
Oh no, that I was gonna send her a picture of one I got of Medusa, but it ain't gonna work. I don't think she's sitting, not standing.
Now I got it through the dang pilot hole, and it won't stay in the clamp. Dag blab it.
What do you guys use to organize your blades? You guys put them in these tubes, or
I keep them in the bag they come in.
okay?
That's just me. Because I only use two different sizes, so I don't lose track of them very often.
So-
Oh, that's true.
So, Robin, every other mermaid you've ever seen is either Splash, right? The chick from Splash, or
Daryl Hannah.
Ariel, or you know what I'm saying? It's recognizable as you stole that image, and it's a mermaid somebody else did that you did. So I mean, I just think that Nefertiti or somebody else that nobody's expecting to be a mermaid would be awesome. And Nefertiti's beautiful. So I think she would make a really awesome mermaid. And whatever. So back to you, Chuck.
All right. Now to Herb with the weather. All righty then, back to me. Come on, pilot, hold dag blabbit. I just there it goes. We'll eventually get there.
I break majority of my blades is when I try to push them through the hole and put them back in the saw. They end up bending, and then they get brittle and break.
Are they Pegasus blades?
Yeah.
That's why. Pegasus is brittle as hell. They're sharp, but they're brittle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I don't like about them. I liked how sharp they were, but I broke way too many. I said, oh, hell no.
Okay. I got to order a Flying Dutchman. Try them out.
Okay. I get them from woodenteddybear.com. I'm not sponsored, but I should be. I mean, I want to be. That's what I meant. Good Lord, there's a lot of cuts in this.
Whose bright idea was that?
I don't know, but he's a dang good-looking guy. But other than that,
No, I did not do it.
you funnier than hell. I tell you what.
I was thinking you're cutting cliff patterns now.
Oh man! Every one of y'all go to your room, except for Brian. He was being all nice. Probably because he couldn't think of nothing to get me with, but by God. I was going to wind down the live stream, but Brian just got here, so now I got to keep going. Dagnabbit.
You don't need to stay on for me.
Yes, I do.
Are you sure?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm looking for mermaids.
Be right back.
Oh, no. You can't leave.
By the way, the reason why the camera keeps fluctuating now is because when my arm goes in and out of the picture, the thing's trying to focus, by God. Some of these cuts are so small, I had to use a small drill bit, and that's why I'm having trouble finding some of the pilot holes. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
What size bit did you use on those small holes?
I don't remember, but I usually use 1/16 for everything.
Okay.
But I've slept since then, so I do not recall. Oh, I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit while we all stare at this here pheasant, or anybody on the side over there. So Brian, have we made any arrangements to give me my Harley yet?
No, I have trouble affording mine.
I hear you. That's why I'm waiting for somebody to hand me one, because just out of the goodness of their heart.
My wife just got one last year and just started learning to ride last year. And
yeah, I'm definitely a biker wannabe, but it's a money thing.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
Yeah. They get hellaciously good gas mileage, though.
Oh, yeah, probably like 50 miles per gallon, I think, you
Hell
probably
yeah.
get on it.
I think my truck gets 50 feet to gallon. Hi. All right, we're going to get there, folks. I just got to decompress somehow. I got.
That's the reason why I got a scroll saw. Is it gives me something to do in the wintertime. But during the summer, I'm always out on bike every evening, every weekend.
I would be too, yeah, definitely.
I probably put about 10,000 kilometers per year, at least.
How do you get used to the wind in your face, or is that part of the enjoyment?
It's part of the enjoyment, but I got a small windshield, but it only covers up somewhat.
Yeah. One problem I'd have is I'm a smoker, and I'd always want a cigarette, and it's not real easy to light a cigarette on a motorcycle while it's...
You know what my solution is I vape. And with the vape, I could vape while I'm driving, and not a problem. A cigarette, you can't. It's going to blow out.
Yeah. I guess I'll stick to being a walker so I can smoke my stogies, by God. You help me decide. All right, Doug, don't go hot. 3 of my panel members are all muted and hidden. What the hell? Brian came in at the right time, by God.
Saved the day.
Yeah.
That winter scene pattern do you have? There's a cabin with there's a barn in the back. It's a winter scene with trees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
How big was that?
I don't really have set sizes because 9 times that's one of my older patterns, but 9 times out of 10, because I do mine on paper, it's either 1 or 2 sheets of paper scanned at 300 DPI.
Okay.
So there's not really a set size to be cut at. It's just whatever you think you can size it at to where you can cut all the details you see. I wish I could give you a better answer, but that's the honest truth.
But when you blow them up, print them out, and blow them up to 2 feet by 3 feet, there's still enough details, or
that particular one maybe not, because it's one of my older patterns. It's probably a little smaller, but majority of my patterns, yes. That one at 2 feet by 3 feet might look a little jagged, but I don't want to steer you wrong on that.
Okay. The other one I'm considering is the deer. You have one with the deer with the scope.
Oh yeah, that's one of my more recent, so that one should be able to blow up pretty good.
Okay, you can get that pretty big.
Yeah. Oh, good.
For the amount of work, if you're comparing the cabin one, the winter scene, the deer and the scope, or the Avengers pattern, which one would be easier to cut?
Easier would probably be the deer scene.
Okay.
But detail-wise, the other two.
Yeah.
If you're looking for detail, I mean. I don't know. I guess in the end, it all comes down to patience. Yeah.
Did you cut out the moose one?
I haven't cut that one yet.
No.
But that one's definitely detailed. I
Yeah,
didn't
there's
need
a
to
lot of
tell you
hair.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I can tell by all the hair. Yeah.
That's another somewhat recent pattern. Yeah, the older patterns are easier to tell. They look a lot more jagged. They don't look as crisp and clean, but some
Yeah.
people still
Well,
wanted them. Go ahead.
no, it's hard when you're looking at your website. Hard to tell how much detail because I know they're blurred out purposely there.
Yeah.
But
But at the risk of sounding arrogant or evasive, most of them are pretty darn detailed.
yeah. Okay.
But the lines are crisper than they appear in the blurred thumbnail.
As a tip, maybe you know what would be good for someone to see how much detail is if you had like a zoomed in close up part of the pattern showing the detail but not showing the pattern for copyright reasons and all that. But
I've been told that, but at the risk of sounding lazy, that's a lot of work. So I guess I go by word of mouth when it comes to that. That night,
okay.
I tend to show my finished pieces, so hopefully people will figure it out.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Doug.
Okay. I mean, if you're giving me a hard time, I had to go to the bathroom, and nobody needed to know that
All
or
right.
hear it.
I just said welcome back. That's all I had said.
You gave me a hard time when I left, but you know, I was.
Oh, you heard that, didn't you?
I did hear it. The bathroom's only right there.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I am too. Ain't I? I think I am.
He was talking, and I didn't want to interrupt. So.
Oh, that was pretty respectful of you, by God.
I would interrupt him.
And I'm starving, and somebody showed up to buy a puppy, so we'll see if they buy a puppy or not.
I'm hungry and tired, but I'm here for the people. Just saying.
No, I gotta go into town and hit the store and get some broccoli. My wife wants some kind of broccoli soup type thing tonight, but I'm gonna make it from scratch. So broccoli, bacon, and onions, I think, and something else.
Broccoli, onions, and cheese.
I love broccoli smothered in cheese. Lord Jesus.
Oh yeah. So I gotta go get the mozzarella, the parmesan. I gotta go get everything to make it. So
Let's use goat cheese.
No, I wasn't a fan of the goat cheese. And I don't know how many wheels I have in the basement, and I am not a fan of it.
Well, you got to use it to get rid of it.
Well, let's see, because I did so many of the Colby, and I didn't like it, and it could have something to do with the fact that I vacuum packed it instead of coating it in wax. Then I changed the molecular structure of it, because it was more like a Swiss cheese.
Well, have you considered tasting it before you make 7 batches of it?
You have to age it.
Oh.
And the goat milked every day.
Oh, that's true. They don't know the schedule.
They don't know. They don't want to wait 3 or 4 months for you to taste it to see if you like it. So I did so many Colbys and finally tasted it, and I'm like, no, I'm not a big fan. Like Billy Burt liked it, and I think Kim Tippin, she kept trying to figure out what it tasted like before it was all gone on her. And then I made a cheddar, and I've done a few cheddars, and it's a different process for making cheddar. And then the last one I waxed. So we'll see if there's a difference between the waxed and the vacuum packed. But that's a 4-month aging period, you know.
Yeah. Not to interrupt you, Dennis has joined us. Wood Den. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Dennis. How you doing, my friend?
Good day, Dennis.
He said good day because he's from Canada. Sorry, Brian. I'll eventually.
Good day is something they say in Australia.
That's true. Good day, mate.
Well, it is daytime.
Yeah. What else was I supposed to say?
I not know.
I won't say good evening.
So, but on that note, Charles, I've stopped milking the goat because it's cold out there.
You realize it was a billy goat?
No, it's not a billy goat. No.
Okay.
What it is, her production started going down and out. It was taking too long to get the amount of milk I needed to make a batch of cheese.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could do it on a smaller scale, but it's like it was taking 3 days to get a half a gallon out of her. You know,
Yeah, that's a little too long.
and that's too long. So her production was dropping so much. Stopped altogether.
Robert Deskin, how much snow did you get, Brian? I heard y'all got a lot of CM in the east.
Snow. I'll show you how much snow. Hang on.
You know,
I was a
Bear
little
with
worried.
it's a
He
snow
scared me for a second.
Go to your room, Doug. While he's doing that, Mike says, my favorite cheddar is wax. Strips the lining off your mouth. Hope it works out, Doug.
I was just making yeah. I hope it works out too. But if not, no big deal. I can do it with cow's milk, I guess. But like that's getting really expensive. He's got a little bit of snow.
That's a lot of bloody snow, dude.
I mean,
Holy moly.
we got 13 inches. He's got like
Jesus.
13 feet over there behind him.
I haven't seen that much snow in
It's
2
all
years.
over the top of his deck. That's 6 foot.
That's my deck.
Yeah.
It's up to
My
there.
God.
But his house is 3 foot off the ground, plus another 3 foot for his deck, so that's 6 foot.
God.
I had to make a tunnel just to push it down into the hill.
Wow. I haven't seen that much snow in a long time. I lived in Berlin, Germany, so I was used to snow then, but that's a lot of bloody snow.
Yeah, that's more snow than we got here.
Too much.
You know
Good
what?
Lordy.
It's normal. You live there. You expect it every year.
Yeah. Well, actually, this year I think I haven't seen this much snow since 2015. It's been a while we hadn't had this much. It all came down at once. We had like 3 storms in a row. So.
That's why they changed it from global warming to climate change.
Yeah, one of those first dumped snow on Charles.
That was snow bed. All right, bear with me. My back's taking its toll, so I'm trying to pace myself here.
Well, get it done when you get it done, Charles.
Okay.
And if those 2 don't come back before you decide you're done, then oh well.
Actually, I do think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. I'm sorry if anybody wanted me to keep going for 7 hours, but my back ain't going to let me do it. But being this early in the day, I will most likely be back this evening.
Or Steve pops back in just in time.
Yeah, look at that, right?
I'm sorry. I'll do my at least we're still here.
Oh, yeah.
I will do my darndest to be back this evening. So if you're not subscribed already, click on that bell, click on the word all, and you won't miss it if I come back and you're not out gallivanting on the town.
I ain't got nothing to do.
But I appreciate everybody that took the time to be here.
Please don't leave.
I definitely had more to do.
we got to console Herb, so we'll be back. But I appreciate everybody taking time to be here. We will be back. In the meantime, scroll on.